This bill is supposed to be the government's flagship piece of legislation to empower England's cities, regions and communities. But there is disappointingly little in the bill about strengthening accountability in existing devolved bodies, especially the Greater London Authority. It is right that power is returned to cities, regions and communities, but those who hold devolved power must also be held accountable for their decisions, actions and delivery. Nowhere in England enjoys more devolved powers than London. That is in part why it is the only area with a directly elected assembly devoted to scrutiny. But as the Mayor of London's responsibilities, powers and budget has grown, the Assembly has become weaker and weaker in comparison. A notable issue is the two-thirds majority that's required to amend the Mayor's budget and strategies. But this is impossible to achieve in the London Assembly. And that's why no budget or strategy has been amended in 25 years. Nor can the Assembly call in mayoral decisions, unlike other combined authorities. And unlike combined authorities, London's 32 boroughs are excluded from decision-making. It means the Mayor does not have to seek consensus, negotiate, or even listen to opposing views. And in a city the size of London, it effectively alienates and disenfranchises millions of people. That political fracture was made clear when Mayor Khan imposed ULEZ expansion on Outer London, despite overwhelming opposition. There is a glaring democratic and accountability deficit in London. And that's why so many of my, and I know other constituents, are now questioning the London Borough of Bromley's place in the Greater London Authority. They've never paid more to City Hall, yet people feel they are ignored on every issue. Mayor Khan has increased council tax by 77% in 9 years. 77%, meaning Londoners now pay nearly £500 a year on average to fund his policies. And let's not forget the huge sums Londoners now pay City Hall thanks to his road charges. In the first 3 months of this year, motorists forked out nearly £220 million, thanks to Mayor Khan's ULEZ charge, the Blackwall Tunnel toll, and his hiked congestion charge. And what do they receive in return for all this money? ULEZ cameras, too few police officers, and greenbelt protections ripped up. Madam Deputy Speaker, anyone who wants to see devolution in London succeed must support measures to make the Mayor of London more accountable. Firstly, this bill introduces simple majority voting in combined authorities as the default decision-making process. But it stops short of doing that in the London Assembly. This is a mistake. It should abolish the two-thirds majority requirement to amend budgets and strategies, allowing a simple majority of Assembly members to force changes. This alone would transform London's politics and force mayors to the table. Secondly, this government should consult on a new model to give the 32 boroughs a voice and a vote in London, so Bromley can no longer be ignored. And finally, this bill should give the London Assembly the power to call in mayoral decisions. Madam Deputy Speaker, my constituents in Bromley and Biggin Hill have had enough of being ignored by the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. If the government wants to maintain Londoners' support for devolution, then the London Mayor must be made accountable.